My 16F boyfriend 16 meters says he'll leave me if we aren't in an open relationship. I really love him and it hurts. We've been together a year almost, he's had 2 other girlfriends before me and they were both open. I've never thought of myself as a jealous person or anything though. But he recently told me he likes this girl and wants to sleep with her. Even though I knew he wants to be open before he said it, it still surprised me, and it also surprised me how much it stung to hear. I was hurt, so said some stuff I now regret, but he told me he's going to fuck her whether we're together or aren't, so it's up to me. I barely even know what I feel right now, just hurt. Not really sure what to do either, and I have no one other than him to talk to. He wants to bang other chicks while having you for the emotional side of things. The fact that he's giving you an ultimatum shows that he doesn't care how you feel, he will be with other women. Call yourself lucky and drop him. Either you're both into being in an open relationship or you're not. And you're not. Dump him before he has any say in the matter and just move on. Make him feel like a dumbass. You're young. You'll find a guy who doesn't suck. Don't be a doormat. This is what we call a huge red flag. You're 16, you have the rest of your life ahead of you, and you don't need to waste precious time with someone who just wants to mess around. There's much better in store for you. I had a boyfriend who wanted a threesome and such. This is their way of wanting to fuck around without getting punished for cheating. Do not do anything you don't want to do. Do not partake in an open relationship if you don't want to. Most of the time, especially young guys, it's just so they can fuck around easier. If he said he's going to fuck her, then let him do it. He doesn't respect you. I'm sorry, I know it hurts, I've been there, but a guy like that will never be open to hearing your side or respecting your wishes. Young one, this is how you get STDs. You should move on, and wait until you are emotionally mature enough to figure out your way around an open relationship. For now you should concentrate on one at a time, starting with someone else. Lol. So, he's an asshole teenage boy who has heard grown adults use the term open relationships, and he has interpreted this as I can fuck any girl I want but call one my girlfriend, and convinced at least 2 girls that this is okay. This isn't what an open relationship is. He is an asshole, and he doesn't care about you. You are way better off with him leaving you, as he's not a real boyfriend anyway and doesn't respect or value you as a person. Find a boy who actually treats you properly. And like someone else said, this is how you get STDs. If you have had any sexual contact with this boy, get yourself tested. I really hope you told him to never talk to you again and then blocked him. Sounds like your boyfriend is a dick. The thing about being in a polyamorous, open relationship is that you care about and respect the people involved. He doesn't. He's selfish and just wants to get his dick wet. Also, really not liking the vibe of he's going to fuck her. He could be honest and say he's just looking for FWB, but he's spinning it so you stick around whilst he does whatever. And I'm curious, in his past relationships, did his girlfriends see other people? Or was it just him? I wonder if he'd be okay with you hypothetically seeing other people. Ultimately you are wanting a closed monogamous relationship, and he doesn't, and that makes you fundamentally incompatible. You're 16, you're young and have still much more growing and experiences to go. It'll hurt, but breaking up is best. He saved you the trouble of finding out he was flaming hot garbage later on down the line, and he just announced it straight to your face. Dump him. You will find someone better, someone who cherishes you, someone who wants only you and nobody else. He's not worth your tears, dear. I know this isn't what you want to hear, but you should break up with him. Or have a very serious conversation with him. Open relationships can be very difficult, especially for someone as young as you. I'm 16 too, so I'm not looking down on you. He's using an open relationship as an excuse to cheat on you, which is absolutely not okay. You will be better off without him. I promise. End things now while you aren't trapped in it. Guys like that can become abusive very quickly. It will be okay. You got this. You deserve monogamy if that's what you want. This guy is not respectful of you or your feelings, and that's what a worthwhile partner is. Leave him. And don't look back. He's trying to have it all without putting in any work, and he's going to take down a lot of poor, unsuspecting women while he does. You deserve better. You are a minor. Your soon-to-be ex has clearly jacked it to too much threesome porn. Get rid of that basic bitch. Oh hun, you need to leave him. Trust me. You're still young and guys are a dime a dozen. There are better guys out there. Open relationships are not for an inexperienced couple and he just wants permission to fuck around. Tell him bluntly to fuck off. Yeah, open relationships aren't this. It's both people choosing to share physical intimacy with others outside the main relationship but still being respectful and loving to each other. It's not, you agree because you don't want to break up but actually hate it. This sounds more like a harem deal. One guy many girls. The petty part of me wants you to test him. Start saying, great, because I'm really interested in X guy but have been holding off because we are together. If he reacts badly then you know he's not being fair. If he doesn't care then you know he doesn't care about you. More practically, I'd break up with him. He isn't respectful, considerate or kind. This is an excuse for him to constantly sleep with anyone he wants. Walk away. He said he'd do it anyway so he really doesn't care about your feelings at all. Bet you $100 if you slept with someone else he'd lose his mind. He just wants control and multiple girls. You're better off without him. Do what's best for you. I only read the title. If I was still with the boyfriend I had at 16, I'd be dating a gay man who cheated on me every chance he could. Don't give up your life for this kid. You deserve so much better. Break up and move on. You leave him. That's manipulative and that person doesn't love you back. They just want to cheat on you without having guilt attached to it. Nothing is wrong with open relationships when both parties are at a point in their life they want to experiment. This happens in relationships of 20 years or one that's full of trust. Not in 16-year-olds where one is being pressured into it. Leave him. P.S. If you stay and somehow he shuts up about this, he is still going to cheat behind your back and that's how you get STDs. Sorry, you might think you are in a relationship but sadly he doesn't. He is too immature to know what being in a relationship is. He just wants to play around. Leave him and find someone who is mentally the same age as you. Or I'm so sorry op, what a shitty boyfriend. 16-year-old boys don't have open relationships, they sleep around. It hurts so bad to be a broken-hearted like this but you would be doing yourself a disservice to act like you are okay with this. The reason his other two relationships were open was because those girls were afraid of losing him too and got the same ultimatum that you got. You know you don't want this, and even if he was mature enough to have an open relationship, telling your partner that it will be open whether they like it or not is not how to go about it. The way he is doing this proves he doesn't value you or your feelings or your opinion. Be strong op. One day you'll meet a guy who treats you like a queen and makes you feel important. This loser ain't it. Get the fuck out. It's not worth it. There are many more, better, people. A 16-year-old wants open relationship. That's a massive red flag, I'd let him go. Fairly normal behavior. Sounds like he's gonna leave you regardless. Leave him, you'll thank yourself later and this'll be a funny story you laugh your SS off to. Here's a little 2020 hindsight for you. If you don't break up with this guy, he's going to cheat on you if he hasn't already. Or he's going to pressure you into a threesome you're not comfortable with. Or he's going to pressure you into letting him have sex with other girls while you're only interested in him. The thing is, in 20 years you'll barely remember this guy, but you will still regret and cringe and possibly have trauma about being coerced into a sexual relationship that you didn't want, whether it involved threesomes or just an open teen relationship that made you more vulnerable to STDs. Be kind to future you, don't do anything you don't want to do. Leave. And get tested. Get through school and then find a man who will respect you in a real relationship. Why don't you tell him that you like another boy and you want to fuck that guy just to see what he gon' do? If he gets mad or something, let that man go. Either way you might as well start trying to find a new man at this point since he ain't loyal to you. I'm 16F too so I'm just saying. You are 16. Move on. I know it sucks but no it will be better. It feels like you love him now, so much. I know. But when you find a love who treats you the way you deserve to be treated, you'll realize how much more love is when it's shared with someone who loves you too. This boy is not that person. Without respect, without putting the other person first, there isn't any mutual love. Let him go. You don't really have him anyway, and he's not worth the pain you're feeling. You'll get over him, and you'll be stronger and happier because you did the right thing for your own well-being. Good luck blossom 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 blossom. There exist healthy open relationships. What you have doesn't sound like it. If you don't want an open relationship, and your partner insists on it, you need to break up. You are at best incompatible, and at worst he's emotionally abusing you. Neither is good in a relationship. He's an idiot. Dump him and move on. Greater than not really sure what to do either, and I have no one other than him to talk to. This right here is a huge problem. You should not have your entire life wrapped up in one person. Make an effort to make friends and family, if available, to have a life outside of your relationship. Making your spouse your entire social life just leads to dependency, which isn't good for anyone, and makes you easily susceptible to abuse. Sounds like he's shopping around for another girl. Boy, bye. Being in an open relationship is not for everyone. Both partners need to be 100% okay with doing it. He clearly doesn't care about your feelings. You said you knew he wanted to be in an open relationship before this happened. Did you tell him how you felt then? It sounds like you are definitely against it, so I would really recommend saving yourself more hurt and just leaving him to find someone who wants the same thing you do. Leave him. Dump his ass. Man, you're 16. I promise this relationship is not worth it. Move on to something else. This child doesn't respect you. And #X200B. There will be other shitty dudes, but less shitty ones too. You're only 16. There are plenty of dudes out there who will respect your wants and needs in a relationship. Please go find one of those instead of this jackass. An open relationship is completely trust-based. It is not, I am going to sleep with other girls and you will be okay with that, or you can leave. That is called cheating. My heart hurt for you when I read it, because if I ever heard a boyfriend or girlfriend talk about another girl, guy and having a crush, wanting to sleep with them, my heart would have shattered right there on the spot. That is so very not cool or okay of him to do. Please find a relationship where boundaries are set that make you happy and comfortable. If an open relationship is not that, that is completely cool, and the norm. Personally, I can never see myself in an open relationship, but people who can are cool beans too. Do not let him gaslight you into thinking what is happening is okay, because it just isn't. You should find someone who loves you as much as you love them. This guy's doesn't sound like that at all. I think you need to try to open up and find more friends, meet new people. It's scary and uncomfortable now, but everything is at the start. Ditch him. There are much better options out there. Poly and open are valid options, but trying to force it on someone like that is shitty. If you don't agree with him, he'll most likely to sleep with the other girl anyway. He doesn't seem to care about your feelings at all. Dump him. And you can leave him if he is in an open relationship. Girl, run, you're too young for this BS. Open relationships aren't evil, but he's not doing this with your best interests at heart. Leave him, heart, and message me if you ever wanna chat. It does open you two up to STDs. I personally hate playing that roulette. If he wants to have sex that bad someone else, tell him to leave and kick him to the curb. Find another loyal guy who will be satisfied with you. Girl, you have a whole life ahead of you. Go meet someone who isn't a sleazeball and find the right mans for you. You have all the time in the world to do so. I don't think you can be in an open relationship with someone if you love them. I don't think he loves you. You don't want an open relationship. He obviously doesn't value you because he is choosing his penis over you. Weak. Please drop him. If he's going to bang her whether you're together or not, he clearly doesn't really care about you. Staying with him is just going to hurt you if he's not willing to actually talk about opening up your relationship and hear your thoughts on it. Save yourself from the distrust and emotional taxation and leave. Sweetheart, you're 16. You're too young to deal with this type of BS. He wants an open relationship, you don't. That means you're not compatible. It's okay. It happens. But it's time to leave this relationship in the past, and grow. Next time, hopefully you date someone whose relationship style more closely matches with yours. It definitely sounds like you prefer monogamy, and there definitely are guys out there who also prefer that. Good luck. Whatever you do, don't do anything you're not comfortable with. If you don't want to be in an open relationship, don't be in an open relationship. Jesus. Just dump his ass. He's just a manipulative prick.